Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 19 here in Erlengrat. Just get them round to the sawmill. Now it's fine, it's the best quality mountain pine up there. I think that we will make a fortune selling that. So let's go and have a look and see if our fortune is waiting to be made here. It's going to be a lot easier now. So we're going to take the small tree first, and I'm going to drag all of these in together. So we're going to have that one right there, and I'm going to lower that one down so these ready and raring to go, and then we'll come out here. So I've got 1, 2 here somewhere. I don't know where the bottom bit is, but I've got 1 that'll go on there. There's the cut on that one. So I've got 1 that will go onto there, which I'll put on there oh, wait, yes, of course, it does it like that, doesn't it? Right, so I want to remove that. I'll take that bit off. And I want to winch that back in, and then I want to, join the chain all together. So we will... Oh, no, Z. Turn on the winch, yeah. So I want to drag that one round. If you press... I think it's Control Z. No. Shift Z, it drags it round a little bit faster. So I'll drag that one up like that. And I want to let that one go, so I can do Shift B, undoes all of them. I'll just move forward a little tiny bit like that. There. That undoes all of them. So then we'll come over to here. Not that one, no. It's this one here. We'll go on to there, and then we'll winch that bit in. Same as we've done with the other one. Go here. Shift Z, and that drags it in tight and close. Yeah, that'll do. And then Shift B to undo it. And then I can go back up here, and I can get the last one on there like that. Back on here. Winch that in. I actually really like this. I like this mod in general. I really like it. It's a really well done mod, and it works beautifully, doesn't it? We drag all of that in together like that. Helper A is stop work unexpectedly. Tank is empty. I'll deal with Helper A in a minute. I want to go and do this. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach a chain onto that one and a chain onto that one. And of course, both chains come out from there. So what we want to do then is we want to get rid of that one and that one as well. And instead, I want to put a chain on here, chain on there, because they come out from that center point right there, and a chain on there as well. That's coming out from the center point. Then we can jump onto here, and I'm going to turn off the winch, and I'm going to raise that bad boy up, and then we will drag these logs out. We've just got to be out of the way of the cars. Now, we've been told that we are allowed to do this. We've had to seek permission to do this, and we've got to make sure that we tidy everything up afterwards. But they are okay with us doing this so long as we don't cause any road traffic accidents and we tidy up afterwards. So we're not out on the road very much. Now, unfortunately, it would be better if we could go through the fence there, but unfortunately, that's not an option. This tractor does struggle with this. There's no denying that the tractor does struggle with this. And then we go Shift B, and that removes everything. And we've got the 3 logs there. So this is the first one. The ultimate big test right here. And boom, like that. 1,170 euros. Now that is more like it. That is the kind of money that we want to be making. 1,170 euros. So we're going to do that again on the next tree, and that shouldn't be too much of a problem. We've already done this now. We're old hands at this job. And we'll do the same again. We'll get them all kind of collected together, and then we can drag the entire tree down in one. And we have found previously that if you have the, one long branch, it doesn't actually work very well. It's better to do it like this. Before we go and do that bit, though, we're going to come down here, and we're going to go to you. You almost finished. You almost finished. So we've only got to just go up to the end there and then reload, and One pass up across, and that is another job done. Then we can whip up to field 7 and get that one. And then whip over to the final field and get that one. And then we need to decide, I think we will actually go and buy the herbicide sprayer, the little one. I know it's going to take a while for it to do the jobs, but we're doing other jobs in the meantime. So it's sort of like, it's not the end of the world type situation. I think that took it out of the more full spread thingy right there. I want to go up there right into the middle like that. Start you, and off you go. So it's just got that little bit there to run down through. And then as soon as it's done that little bit there, we'll go back and we'll just take... See, contract is now finished. We're going to finish the job. And then we will reload from the truck and then head up to field 7. And then we can go back and do a little bit more winching. We've got a nice bit of timber on our property. We've got that little bit there. We've got the couple down where we are. We've got a few over here. There's more up that end. There's a big long line of them all along here. So there are several trees around that we'll be able to use. And that's what I particularly like about it. So Helper D has now completed his task. We are not going to need anything extra to go and do the last, like to go and do field 7. I'm pretty sure we're not going to need anything extra to go and do field 7 and field 2 at the top. I reckon if we just quickly top up this one now completely, that'll be it. We won't need any more to finish the fertilizer jobs. So go to you right there. Fill that one up. Yeah. Right, we'll whip up to field 7 now, and then we can get that job started up there, and then we can go and do something. Because there's other contracts that I want to do. There's at least one planting job that we want to get going, so we might go and have a look at that one and see if we got the capacity for it. The problem I've got with that one is that potentially it's going to be a little bit more difficult because moving seed over for the seed drill, that's going to be our only issue there, I think. I have just stepped into a new recording session here, so I'm just running this one into field 7. I was looking through the contracts to see if any of those have been updated, and I need to go in there. So let me just turn around and go in that field. Field 3 has got a fertilizer contract on it as well, so I'm going to grab that one and add it to our list of contracts to do. And then I think that some extra spraying jobs have come up since I logged out and logged back in again. So that's going to also be something that we'll be able to make use of, is those extra spraying jobs, which makes me much more determined to, well, that we're going to go and get that sprayer that we were looking at. I think that sprayer is definitely the way forward. Nice little one. It's not sort of... I don't think it's going to break the bank using it. I think it's going to fit in quite nicely with everything else that we're doing. I'm just going to bring that one in over there, and then I'm going to press H here and let it go. Because of the angle of the field, I'm hoping by the time it gets down the end, it will have sort of straightened itself out. I'm also hoping that it's not going to drive into the water down there, and we'll just keep on going. So I've got my tractor over here, and I've got this log that is down on the ground and ready to roll. Before I do that, I've also got a sowing job here, field 9, with soybeans. So I'm going to take that contract. Field 9 is just over there. So I'm going to get that contract right there, and I'm going to borrow items for that one. Then we've got field 3 with fertilizer, and I'm just going to accept the contract for that one. And then we've got spraying on 10, 11, 17, 18, and 22. So that's 10, 11, 17, 18, and 22 over there. So there's a lot of spraying jobs to go and do, which we will be going and doing. It's just going to take us a little while before we can get to them, and it's likely to take us a fair while to actually do the spraying jobs as well. So we're going to be wanting to work on other things while we're doing the spraying jobs. Now, I can fit 3,000 litres in here. I don't think I'm going to need that much, but I'm going to go for 2,000 litres. I think soybeans, you do use them up fairly quickly, so we'll get 2 bags of seed. We go into here, and we go to big bags, and we will get 2 bags of this. So there is one, and there is another. We can load up our beastie with those 2, like that. So I can load that one up, and let me just put it onto the right crop as well. Soybeans right there. And because of how much we use, I am wondering whether I should be putting 3 full pallets in here. Like 2,000 litres of beans. But beans, like, you use a lot of them, don't you? That is one that you use a lot of when you're going through it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that one. Right, anyway, we'll leave it at this. We'll leave it at the 2,000, and I suppose we can always go and carry some more out there a bit later on if we really want to. There's nothing to stop us from doing that. It's just mildly inconvenient, that's all. Anyway, let's get this one to field 9 and get this field started, and then once we've done that, I thought it looked like it was, it had a drilling texture coming up on the road as we were bombing along there, but it isn't. It's just like the way the road is looking through the tines on the machine here, so it's nothing for us to actually get concerned about. I need to turn left at the roundabout right here. Give way to the car there. Turn left here. On we go round. And it's right the way down the end of this road and then just to the right. Nice and easy to get to. Won't be a problem. We can get there nice and simple. Yeah, we'll put this one going. Then we should be good then for changing the field with fertilizer. We can move that one on up into, I don't know whether it's field 1 or something like that. And then we got field 3 over there that we're going to be picking up and doing as well. Well, we've already picked up. We'll start actually working on. It is quite the sharp turn out there, isn't it? You'd think they would have made that a little bit better there for, you know, the bigger traffic that might have to go. I suppose really you wouldn't go that way. You'd go straight up and across the railway and come out there next to the grain mill, wouldn't you? Rather than going any other way. Right, field 9 in here. We've also then got the tree that we've cut down. We need to go and move that one. And there'll be some other ones that we want to go and do as well. Now, the contract is finished on field 7, which means that he's going to finish the work on that field as well in a minute. I'm going to just ignore that for a little while. And I'm going to do a few passes along this end of the field. I'm thinking I probably won't do any passes on the other end of the field. We'll have a look at it, though. We will just briefly take a look and see if we want to do so. Helper J has completed their task. That will be the fertilizer job is now done. I'll get this one set up, and then he can start. We might be better off doing a few passes down the other end of this field. Might be a little bit closer to the trees over there. I'll have a look in a minute. I want to do, say, 4 passes on here. I might need to do, well, I was going to say 3, but actually I might do 5. If we do 5, so this is 2 coming along here. It'll take a minute to just get this going. It's, yeah, see, like, I know that we can ignore the fence, and it does ignore the fence line, and it just sort of carries on regardless and goes right out round the fence. I don't actually want to do that, though. I don't want to have it constantly going right out into the road, but with the way that this one works, with the trail drill that we've got here, is likely to head right out onto the road by a fair way, which is why I'm thinking 5 passes along the end here is probably going to be what we'll need in order to make sure that it does properly have enough. It still won't have enough room to turn, though, will it? Even if I do that much. Yeah, well, there's not a lot that we can do about that, is there? Right. You out over here. And so at the moment we're on 20,000 euros. We've got 2 fields now that we've done for fertilizer contracts that we can go and turn in. There's the field 7, the little one that we've just done, plus the one that we did prior to that. That one is ready to collect as well. And then there'll be 2 more. So there's some reasonable money coming in. We've also got the trees that we can drag round to the sawmill. There's a couple of... Well, there's the one tree that we've got cut down at the moment. And we will go and we'll cut down some more trees around the edge of our field. I'm actually seriously considering putting down some more trees, like planting some young trees and letting them grow. The only problem with that is that we've got to get the tree planter, and that one's a little bit expensive, at least for the moment. And also, I didn't really want to be getting into doing a lot of tree harvesting. I sort of feel that we've done a lot of that, and I don't think necessarily that we want to be getting into that kind of territory anymore. We want to kind of like avoid doing that. We'll want to stick with doing something, well, stick with what we're doing here with the contracts and that. The idea, we've done forestry on a large scale. We've done a lot of forestry, so I'm kind of thinking I'd like to avoid doing any forestry on here, really, if we can. So we're doing a little bit, so maybe we won't go planting a load of extra trees and stuff, because I think that could end up just making life a little bit difficult for us. So I'm going to bring you over that way. And I'm just going to have a look at it and see what it's like with turning round down this end. If he leaves enough of a gap... You know what? Actually, I'm just going to let him carry on and do whatever he wants to do there. I'm going to ignore him. And we're going to take our electric tractor, and we haven't actually finished this field. It said that we'd finished our work, but we definitely haven't finished this field. So I'm going to have to bring that back over here and manually do just the last little wedge on the side of the field down through here. Not ideal, this. This isn't an ideal situation doing it like this. But, yeah, well, that's just what we got to do. Sometimes you do have to, like, throw down that extra little bit of fertilizer just to, like, finish things off. Where is he? Right, okay, so he's turning down there. Let me just stop that a sec. Actually, the hired help can go and do that. And we can run over here. Down close to the river. He's stopped. He actually stopped reasonable, you know, sort of a reasonable distance. He did seem to do that all right. I mean, there are a few extra trees here that we're going to have to deal with. If I do a pass or two along this, I'll do one pass, just so that I've got the edge of it done, like this. I'll run along the edge of the field like that. It's just moving it back a little tiny bit. And then I'm going to start the hired help working again from this side. It'll make life a little bit easier for us. And we'll see how he gets on. We might be alright just leaving this one to work now. He should hopefully... Like, there's enough trees there that I think he will avoid driving into the river. Is it the river or a lake? Fjord. I don't know. See, we're up in the Alps. Lake, I think. Yeah, that is a lake, yes. Okay, so so long as we can avoid driving into the lake, everything should be all tickety-boo. Whether it will be. Right. You up there and back you down here and right, off you go. I have complete and total faith in your abilities. You over this way, you have finished this field, that is done, which means that I've got field 3 to do and I've got field 2 to do. So it's those two right over there, which means we need to go back this way so that we can get across the railway, which is back through here. And then we've got field 3 right here, just in this corner. And then we've got field 2 up over there. So I'm going to come into field 3 first, over here, like this. And I'm going to do manually a pass along this end of the field. Let's just move out from the edge a little bit, shall we? There we go. Now we're spreading on the edge of our sort of line. And we'll just start doing this field. Let the hired help carry on and do this field. And while he's getting started with that one, I will go and get the pickup and I will drive it up here because I suspect that we're going to need, well, we are definitely going to need some more fertilizer. Whether we got enough on the back of the pickup, I'm hoping that we do, because if we can just sort of get everything into the fertilizer spinner here, then all we got to worry about is the herbicide on the next job, and that should be fairly straightforward. So I'll bring you over here like this and use the hired help. There we go. There is a little bit of overlap there, but it's not very much. And what I'm sort of thinking is I should run it, let this one run to the end, and then just jump over to the other side of the field over there and start it working from that edge, and then it will work back over towards here, and our pickup we will bring and we will park up on that road right there, so that one is also ready to go. And then once this one's going, we've got the pickup up here, the seed drill is working away and we don't need to worry about it. I should then be able to go and do a little bit of work with our small tractor, dragging around that next tree, and then whatever else it is that we want to go and do. So I'll turn that one off there. And, oh, the Hagenstead series have now gone and used something that I've done. Actually, let's just get this one over and get this one started before I go and look in shop. I showed you the mower forage wagon combination machine, which I thought looked absolutely fantastic, and it does look absolutely fantastic. It's really, really awesome. It's a zero grazing thing. I think I showed you in this series as well as the Hagenstead series that I've now started using it. The only problem that we've got is that despite the fact that this one-pass machine would be absolutely wonderful to use, it doesn't use hired help. You cannot use hired help with this machine, which is absolutely devastating for me. It is genuinely devastating, so we can't use it. That one is not going to be an option. We would use this here, so 37,000. We can't do that. It's not going to be an option, so we need to be using something different, which means that we're going to be using one of these. That one there is too big for this tractor that we've got right here. We don't want that one because we can't afford the truck to go with it. I think it's under trucks. No, it's not under trucks. It will be under miscellaneous. Yeah, it's that one. The Unitrack right there. I'd love to have this Unitrack and be using it because this thing does look wickedly cool. But we can't afford to have that one just yet. So we're going to have to wait before we buy that little treat. Which means that we are going to be using the electric tractor, so it is going to be that beastie right there. This one might be a bit much, so we're going with that one. 16,100 litres is only a little tiny one, but that will go nicely with our electric tractor that we've got. It will be able to pull it. And we're also going to need to get a mower to go with it as well, and then we can make silage in clamp. And we can worry about getting the silage out of the clamp afterwards. We may very well need to go and buy another tractor in order to get the stuff out of the clamp. And I'd like to get that one. I think that one is a very cool tractor. And this one can have a front loader on it. This is a beast of a tractor, this is. This is 110 horsepower right here. All right, this is a beast of a tractor. And it looks really cool, and we can have the front loader on it. But I'm actually thinking that it might be better to have this one, except this one doesn't have a front loader option. I am disappointed with that. I am very disappointed that that one doesn't have... I was thinking that would be perfect to go with the front loader, but we don't have a front loader option on it, which is bitterly disappointing. The bigger Ridgy track right there for 116,000 would be nice. This one, also 100,000. This would be a very cool tractor to have. I love this tractor. The Lin tracks, I think, are amazing. And they can have front loaders. So any front loader tractor is going to be an expensive option. We don't have a cheap option for that. Unless we go for possibly that one right there, which doesn't have front loader option. Why don't they have front loader options? It would be so much better if they did. I don't want to get another Deutz. We had Deutz in the last one. I mean, I could go with something like a Case. They're a lot more powerful. We got these, the Fortschritt. These are actually, as far as configuration, design, standard, beacon light. Oh, I see. This does have a front loader attachment. This is a Italian beast, I believe. As far as I know, the Fortschritt is Italian. So we could go with an Italian one. I don't know what the difference is between these two. That there are two of them, and I don't know what the difference is between them. Oh, wait a minute. That one... one's four-wheel drive and one's not. That's what the difference is. It's the four-wheel drive on there. Or we go back into the base game sort of stuff, and we've got a Fendt there at 76,000. We could put, there's another Lintrack there. That one's 85,000. The Lintrack 90, which is 102 horsepower. Or we've got the Alpine one, the Lintrack 130, which is 136 horsepower. That's 105,000. So I'm thinking that we could actually go with that one at 85,000. So there's a front loader option. The other ones that we can look at, we've got front loader here. That one's 60,000. That's a lot cheaper. And that might be something that we would seriously consider. Or we could go with a skid steer. And we go with the little skid steer right here. We'd have to install some kind of loading ramp, or we just have to have a very low trailer in order to make that one work, because that's 35,000. And skid steer, they're really good machines. I've used those, and you can do a lot with them. We've got a high dump bucket right there, which would be perfect for loading stuff up. It's only 1,200 litres, but we're small scale to start with on anything that we're doing, so it definitely wouldn't be out of place. There's a brush and log fork right there, so that's no good. Got a manure fork, that's only 710 litres, so the high dump bucket is probably the one that we want to go for. Right, anyway, I've yabbered on for long enough about all of that. So there's some of our options, and some of the things that I've been thinking about what we should do and how we should sort of do things on here. Mostly I'm thinking that we go with the... we don't worry too much about the loader tractor at the moment. Well, the front loader, whether... I'm thinking probably skid steer at the moment. That would be a nice little machine to have on our farm. We can do any small bits of loader work that are needed with it, and if it's got a high tip bucket on it, we will be able to tip into the small trailers that we might get for starting off with to move stuff from one field to another, or from one location to another, or, as is going to be the case on our farm to start with, moving stuff from the silage clamp to the sale point to sell the silage that we will be getting. So we're going to just park the truck up right there, and we'll go back over. You hopefully won't need any more seed, but this one's doing a great job. It's coming along very well, and you in here, you've got just 67 litres of fertilizer left. You might, because he had 300 to start with, so we may have enough to do this field. I don't know. We'll leave that one go. And I'm going to jump down to here. And we're going to start moving some of this. So, unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. A massive thank you to everybody who has earned their way into the Great Book of Names. To find out some more details about all the names coming past, please head into the description and click on the link to the Discord. It's a link to another video. The link is on the other video. Please also consider checking out the links there for Nitrado, who provide gaming servers for games like Farming Simulator, Minecraft, Ark, and several others. And there's also Fanatical, who will help support your gaming habit by providing you with cheap games and also giving me a small commission on anything that you buy using my link. If you've enjoyed this particular video, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.